Okay.
So
And
that answered my question. What happens is when we preload an intro, we hit go live, that plays before we have to do anything. So now that we have that permanently saved there, Bob, if you would like, this intro should play every time, even when you're streaming on your own, just to kind of get the audience and you hyped for the video.
okay, that is very nice. So I don't have to do anything other than when I say go live, that automatically starts.
It automatically starts, and I think, we'll double check that today, but when we end the stream, the outro should play too. And I have something temporary in the outro right now, but we'll talk to Dell and Mark and see if we want to do anything special with that. But what a start. I was really excited to play that live on stream. I can't wait for people to see that.
I agree. I agree. That is very, very nice. Now, nobody's joined us right now. So if you clicked into stream, would your outro automatically play? I'm assuming it might.
Yeah, you want to give that a shot?
And one more thing, after you when I click when I okay, this is good. When you click live stream, the loop, the intro starts. And then would we have the option of clicking the countdown button and give us 30 more seconds?
Yeah, the countdown I think is good for the very beginning of the.
Apparently, we can click that at any time.
Yeah, anytime we want to. So if you want to cue it up as your intro, I think you could. You can.
I don't think we need to do the, if we put, here's the other thing, if we put the intro on a loop, but then uh, as I or you get into to start talking, maybe then we take it off a loop and maybe we click here. And when it gets to 0, then maybe we start talking. Boy, that's a nice video.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought during the conversational part we can load stuff like this. If I'm presenting, we can talk while the video is going, but if it's loaded into video clips, we can't talk during it. It mutes our mics and only plays that video. It's good for the sound to play on those videos because when you present a video with sound, the audio is often not very good. It's taking the audio playing out of your computer and then putting it back into the computer from the speakers. But then when you put the video clips, like the intro video and the United States Review and Retain video, then the audio plays as it's meant to be heard, and it's much better for the people listening. But I chose a silent video to present because there's no audio to worry about, and it's just something to kind of make listening to us talk a little more exciting. People can literally see the travels that we've had together, and some travels of my own as well.
So, what you're also saying is, what I'm learning, I think I'm learning, is that when I need to get up and go take a break for 8 minutes and 34 seconds or less, I can queue up. Once you have used our system to learn the 50 states, it is important that you get in. I can actually start that running and then get back. And when that finishes, I start talking again, or I turn it off, I guess.
Yeah, and I can make sure that you have more than one video to choose from in that column. So right now we have that United States video, but in my own time, I'll make sure you have more to choose from just so you don't have to pick the same one every time. But I think that's one of those things that can help us stream for longer, for sure.
Wow. Wow, look at this. I just clicked the more button and that has 10-second, 15, 30 different choices here for example, if I click that, or if I turn that on,
Oh, I might have
and,
hit that.
and
Maybe
off,
you did.
that's under more. I'm going to I might not want that. So how do I disconnect that one? Okay, okay, okay. You know how to put these videos in here. And if we did have a variety like a Pennsylvania one or a Texas one or California, you said California really blew up for a while.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I could make sure, like, besides the United States, you would have multiple options if you wanted to take a break and walk away for a little bit and keep playing. People could still be entertained with content we've already made, and it's the edited stuff. So it'll cut to like stock footage, it'll cut to music and things like that. So that's something that I can work on so you have more items at your disposal to display on stream.
yeah, and let's have one of the things I would suggest is have one that's just 3 minutes long and one that's 5 minutes long. So if I just need to get water, I can do the 3 minute one or even a 1 minute one. Because as you and I and everybody knows, if we're on a phone call with somebody and it goes silent, I start wondering, did we lose a connection? But that's why hospitals and so forth have that music, little music going on to let people know that they're still there. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll make sure there's videos of multiple times and multiple to choose from. That'll be good.
That will be excellent. That will be really, really nice. Okay. 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 I just clicked
Bob, this is
on,
technically
yeah.
when the stream was supposed to start at 2 o'clock. Do you want me to play the intro again, and then we'll just get rolling like we planned to?
You mean go ahead and end the stream and then start it at 2
You know what
in a
I'll think
minute?
I'll do is I will play the intro again, and then when we finish live streaming today, I will edit out this beginning so then people can watch it where we weren't going over some of the things we tested.
Okay. Gotcha. 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 Very nice.
All right. So I'm going to hit the intro now, okay?
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed the stop motion animation that the entire Click and Learn team put together this past December. We had a great time making it. We've showed it a few times, but we're really proud of it. So thank you for watching. We thought it'd be a fun way to kick off our streams in the future.
That is really sharp, actually. That is really nice. It just started automatically. Well, actually, you clicked it and it started. we can also click, if I need to get up from the table, I can get up and do something else. But let's get into what we want to talk about today, and that is, what is it we're going to talk about today, Matt?
Well, you know, I learned Maine earlier, or I think last week. I should probably review Maine, and then after that, maybe we could, you know, kind of swing from vine to vine and see what games present themselves. So I'll
Okay,
look up something. I'm gonna
okay.
stop screen.
So here's what we're going to need to do. I am going to add main back in because I think that's a good idea. We're going to assign main, and I know you can't see this because I'm getting it set up, and I go to
Okay. I'll review South America while you put Maine up for where I can
okay,
access.
okay,
Let's learn countries of South America.
Ecuador.
okay. I can see that you are working on main, but also don't forget to whisper.
Okay.
I mean, if you're the only one online, if you're only one uh, uh, in the group, one of us should be at least whispering as we go through this.
I got Paraguay and Uruguay confused. Oh, but I got confused which mode I was in too. Chile. Here is Paraguay, Peru, Falkland Islands, and Ecuador. I'm going to repeat the last 7.
Okay, so now you're going into test mode. And why did it stop?
There was like a little, I don't know. I'm just going to restart it.
You might have just had it in review mode or something like that.
Okay.
So now when you get to the end of this, you're going to see a button in the top right corner. Get one wrong here.
Okay. I got one wrong. Did you want me to
I think-
demonstrate the show me button?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're in test mode.
Oh, I'm not. I'm learning right now. Okay. So I'll start it out in test mode. I'm going to
Okay.
hit South America, and in the modes here, I'm going to select test, and I'll do multiplayer just in case other people are playing around and want to see what my scores are. So, Paraguay, Peru, French Guiana, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, Falkland Islands, Chile, Guyana.
Okay, get one wrong. Get one wrong.
All right.
Okay, continue.
Uruguay, Suriname, Brazil. So I got
Okay,
one
so-
wrong. Oh,
okay,
and you wanted
now-
to demonstrate the update that Dell provided.
Yes. Yes, so that stays on the screen until you click the button in the top right corner. That little arrow.
This is a great improvement. You know, when we were streaming for the first time in a while in Puerto Rico, we talked about how we wanted to see what we got wrong and it made it hard to see our results. So now when you're playing a game and you didn't get 100%, you can study the map and see where exactly you got something wrong. So you can study that, and then before you have to play again, you can really let that solidify in your mind. That's something that I think is a really great improvement to the games, and that came from not just the team going over ideas with each other, but also a user named Fortnite who commented that that was a great idea. Getting that validation from our viewers really meant a lot to us. So thank you to James, to Fortnite, to everyone that's been a part of this process. We really appreciate you. And I love seeing it in action. I think this is something I haven't seen since I last played.
Yes, that's a brand new feature. And the other thing that this shows is that when you subscribe to the Click and Learn system at the less than $20 a student, less than $20 a person, whether it's a student, a family member, and someone in the geography club, as we improve things and as we add new features, those will be available to you as well. We've got a great team. We've got a programmer that really makes this so much better. And Matt is our video editor. Mark is our educational advisor. And I'm just the guy that really enjoys getting into this. And that's why you'll see me doing the live stream just at random times during the day because I have so much fun.
And speaking of a great team, look who showed up today. Mike!
Like seeing a ghost. What's up, y'all?
Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Mike is our he's our national salesperson. So when you want to buy it for your state or your school district, he's one of the folks that can stop in, visit with you in person, show you how things work. And I got to tell Mike that Matt is showing me so many new features that Dell has added to the system to make things so much better. Yeah.
Well, my internet is not here, so if it's a little hit or miss, sorry about that. I'll give you a heads up ahead of time there.
Your audio is very good. We
Okay.
can hear you loud and clear. So that's a good thing. Yeah, but we just put through the intro to our live streams. It's the stop motion animation that I showed you all earlier this year. And we have some preloaded content as well. So if we have to go to the bathroom and take a 10-minute break, we can hit that button and play some of the edited videos that we've put together in the past. And, multiplayer's been a hit. We've really been enjoying playing multiplayer. And even if we're not playing the same games, as long as we're logged into our accounts and hit multiplayer, we can see everybody's progress. We've been enjoying that quite a bit. I thought that I would review Maine just to make sure that everything stuck from last week. Would you guys like to play along too, or play a different game while I'm playing Maine on the screen?
I do want to mention to Mike, Mike and I have been working for years together on this, and whenever we get together, I always, in the past, always clicked on single player because I thought that was the best way for me to learn. But Dell got us interested in the multiplayer mode, and I'll tell you what, Matt, let's you and I play in multiplayer mode and let Mike see what the difference is. And we can kind of talk about what we're seeing on the screen while he's watching. How does that sound?
Sounds good. I'm currently playing on the yellow team right now.
Okay, so I'm going to go to clickandlearn.fun, and I'm going to go to Maine also. And I'm going to switch to review mode in multiplayer. And I'm going to put myself into the, what team are you on, Matt? Yellow?
Yeah, I'm on the yellow team.
I'm going to put myself in the blue team.
Let's learn counties of Maine.
I'm
How
going to
does
turn
that-
off the volume.
In a game, and not someone else. Are you in a different game with a multiplayer? How does it know that you two are wanting to play multiplayer on this game? That makes sense.
I think that's what it, for example, if I'm a teacher and I want to, here's the other thing, Mike. We're thinking that one of the ways we can really get into a lot of schools, because as you know, state standards are sometimes selected years in advance. And the next time that the state standards get reviewed might not be for another 2 or 3 years. But that does not mean that students in the school cannot form an astronomy club, a debate club, a geography club.
Right.
And as a geography club, they can, as a group, they can meet in the school for one hour a week after school, or on the weekend they can get together and the club members can say, let's get together at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and all of them come in and join that channel, and they can all watch each other play and get on different teams. And so the teacher would say, I'm going to get on the green team. Mike, what team do you want to get on? So in a few minutes, Mike, I'd like you to get in to clickandlearn.fun and actually bring up now I need to be able to share my screen so that
Yeah,
Matt,
my internet would be low to even play a game. I can watch today, but I have to get better internet to be able to play Click and Learn and live stream because it's too much basically. My internet is just too slow.
okay, well, at least you'll be able to see how. So now,
My original question,
Matt,
so if you go into the main map and is it just the first people who get into the multiplayer main map that are playing together, or is there a specific way that you're finding Matt in the system? Do you guys have to be on the same channel, the same playground? I'm just trying to understand how multiplayer works. And then also, what is the maximum amount of players at a time?
now from what Dell tells me, there are 4 teams: red, blue, yellow, and green, and
Cool.
each team can have 6 members on their team. So that's 24 students for a teacher to have. Now, also, if I have a geography club and the only people that can get into my channel and to play this, those are the members that have subscribed to that channel. So I don't have to worry about random person getting into interrupting my club members or my students. There's a lot of things like that Dell has built into the system that really makes it more okay. And here's the other thing, Mike. Every 15 minutes, the scenery changes. It might be a tractor on a farm. It might be a bicyclist going across the country. In this case, it's the whale.
Or whale? Cool.
And last week, we created a game about the 32 or so nations that were in the World Cup. And Dell added a scenery at the bottom where you got 4 different colored soccer balls. And one team wants to get ahead of the other. So
That's so cool. Love that.
so here's what you're seeing right now, I think, is Matt's screen. And I'm going to get in and play on my screen, and you're going to see the blue whale gradually getting more and more smarts and catching up with Matt. Now, Matt has got such a lead on me that it might be difficult to get ahead. So every 15 minutes, we all go back to 0 so I don't get frustrated because he has a 10-minute start and I'll never catch him.
Oh
We
my
all
gosh.
start again on the hour and 15 minutes after that.
That way the student isn't getting frustrated and feeling like they're never going to catch up. That's a really good idea.
No, that's
But when you
exactly
get
right.
competitive, you get your opponent to jib jab and chatter, and then they lose their progress. We've noticed on the screen, if you distract your opponent, that's a great way to catch up. So
With how multiplayer works.
yeah, exactly. Especially when you can hear each other on stream, it's easy to distract each other.
That's
And
great.
I think my point to Mike is that I have become a believer in how much fun it can be to play in multiplayer mode because the teacher can watch all of those players and see their progress. And that little thing across the bottom says, Matt just mastered level 3 of Maine. So the teacher knows where the students are all doing, what they're playing. And the teacher can also send little comments like, Matt, I'll let you take over again on this, but I want you to show Mike how you sent that little message across the bottom as well.
Okay. So if you want to send little messages to each other while you're playing, and this is great for students, you can't type messages yourself, but there's some presets that you can use. So you can
You're not on the stage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Forgot
okay.
Alrighty. So let's get me back on the stage here. Thank you for letting me know. So let's start that from the beginning. We have exit out here. If you hit the little speech bubble in the left corner of the screen here, it says build a message. And they're all presets. You can scroll down, you can say things like hello, good night, all these different emojis. Scroll down, you can support your team and say good afternoon, go yellow, hi from Colorado, all the 50 states. Then hit the send button. And then while everyone's playing even different games, you can send little messages to each other to send encouragement, say hello, greet strangers online. But it's all preset stuff, so no one can just type random stuff in there. You can just choose from messages from the emojis and the text provided.
Excellent.
And all of the students, for example, I am playing off the stage, but I'm playing Maine as well. And you can see that my whale now has 16 smarts at the bottom. And any of the students can say, I'm on the blue team, so I can say, go blue. And across the bottom, Bob says, go blue. And all of all the players can send messages to each other as they're playing.
Love it. Fruit salad.
Great job.
My favorite kind of salad.
Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama. Alrighty, level 1 cleared. Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, Mexico. Okay. Guatemala, Belize, Mexico, Jamaica, Panama, Nicaragua, Cuba right here, Costa Rica, El Salvador.
Well, and you can play multiplayer anywhere in the world, you know, so 4 people from 4 different corners of the world could be playing, and that's, you know, another layer of geography knowledge. That's really cool, I think.
And for example, Mike, you could be playing with, let's say, your mom in one state and one of your kids in another state. It's just a way to draw families together and you know, give them something to do. Now, okay, Matt just sent a message. Hello from New Jersey. Good afternoon.
Yeah, we're in 3 different states, actually.
That's exactly right. You're in Oklahoma?
That's right, yep.
Okay. Matt, why don't you put me on the stage for a minute? My game, and I'm going to show Mike the game that we just created during the final what do you call it, soccer tournament, that thing.
Oh, and Bob,
So-
do push the edges in of your screen so the country map will be a bit bigger. There you go. That's perfect.
Mike, we're learning so much.
Cool.
So it asks for Norway. I'm in test mode. And this, unlike all of our other games, which just covers Africa or Europe or South America, this particular game puts everything together. And if I click Norway, it asks for France.
So these are all the countries that were in the World Cup?
Yes, I think it's 32. Yes. In the top left corner, you say I've answered one of 32. So the 32 countries in the World Cup. And it was kind of surprising because we might expect Brazil and France and Spain, but there's a little country, Cape Verde, a little island country off of Senegal in Africa that has a team. So the other thing is, what I want to tell our geography watchers, if you're into geography and if you know the countries of the world, when you see the question at the top that says France, you can move your mind to where you think I should click. So when it says France, let's see if Bob clicks the correct button. If I do, you get a green light. It asks for USA. It asks for Egypt. It asks for Australia. And let me get one wrong. It asks for the Ivory Coast. But here's another thing. You have to be specific with your pointer, because the Ivory Coast and Ghana are so close to each other that if you have it off a little bit, you're going to get it wrong. So as you play, you have to have your little mouse finger right on, in this case, the Ivory Coast. Brazil. And you can see my little whale at the bottom, getting another click another smart as I click Portugal, Switzerland, Colombia, South America, Mexico, Japan. While we were in Puerto Rico, we were watching the TV, and Japan was in the World Cup, and we saw them score a goal, which is kind of exciting. Germany, Bosnia-Herzegovina,
Well, it's
South
nice that
Africa.
the amount of maps that you have, you can create maps immediately for someone for a request like this, so I don't know how many maps you already have with Cape Verde on it, but as an example, you can just create so much and then it's available immediately.
No, that's exactly right. And Mike, this game I'm showing you now, this took 10 minutes to create. All I did is I said to Google, I said, show me a list of the countries in the World Cup. And then I said, bring up this map of the world. And as you know, then you place the buttons on the screen where you want the students to click when they see that question. So it was really easy to make this game, is my point, and Mike just explained that to us a minute ago. Morocco, Argentina, and I move the mouse there. It asks for Sweden. I move the mouse. Let's see if I get that correct. Austria. And that's the other thing. A couple of days ago, I was playing this, and it asked for Australia. I misread the question, and I got it wrong because I clicked Austria instead of Australia.
It also kind of, this map shows you in another way, it's teaching you, and it shows you the concentration of talent. You notice Europe just has so many talented football teams that were in the World Cup, whereas parts of Southeast Asia hardly had any representation at all. That's just kind of cool, and I wouldn't have known to look at that.
I would have not known it either unless you just now pointed that out, Mike. That's exactly right. Netherlands. Okay, and I got 100%. And here's the other here's the new feature also, Mike. In the past, at this point, the screen would come across and say, great job, you got 100% or whatever, or it would say you only got 96%, and it would cover this part of the screen. So if I got a few wrong, I didn't have time to look and see which ones I got wrong. But what Dell has added now is that screen does not cover your map in test mode, but you can click the button in the top right corner to bring that all up.
Wow, just that nuance is so important. That's so cool. Very smart.
Yes. So, Matt, do you want to bring us into a different game? The other thing, here's the other thing too, Mike. I'm really glad you're with us today because I wanted to show you these features. I wanted to show you and get your input on how these features help or what they make it better. Because Dell has added so many features in the last couple of weeks. And right now, in fact, Mike, if you want to join us on the meeting Friday, Dell has some other cool things to show us, which I can show you later if you're tied up that day. Okay, so at the bottom, you can see that Matt is getting one more smart every time he clicks one correct.
Oop, I messed up.
If he beats the timer, he gets bonus points, bonus smarts for beating the timer. Now, he did not beat the clock this time, so he's going to replay.
Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Falkland Islands, French Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela.
Okay, now he got 2 extra points, 2 extra smarts because he beat the clock by 2 seconds. Also, the message comes across the bottom, says Matt cleared level 2 countries of South America. So that's how the teacher or the sponsor for the geography club can encourage and see how the students are doing.
Alrighty. That's great. So we're rocking and rolling. Bolivia. And we have Peru, Chile, Falkland Islands, Brazil, French Guiana, Venezuela, Paraguay, Colombia, Guyana, Ecuador, Suriname, Uruguay, and Argentina.
And he beat the clock by 6 seconds. Okay, now it's 15 minutes have gone by, so now we start a new round of the competition. And so now Matt is in test mode.
So is it that what the timer is?
Well, the 15-minute timer starts a new, it's like going to Kentucky Derby. Everybody starts, all the horses go back to the gate and start every 15 minutes and have a new race. Right now, we are in the...
Love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think the scenery now is the farm. Yes, those are tractors we're in. And someone is setting up a message. I can see that's Matt is going to send a message that everybody will get to see that in a minute.
Okay.
He selects whatever preset words. I love geography. And he's going to put in a couple of emojis. When he clicks that arrow on the top right, whoever sends that message comes across the bottom to encourage each other. And even though it's Matt's screen on the screen right now, I can get in and I can send a message as well. I can say, go blue or go yeah. I click that, send the message, and now you see a message from Bob. Even though that's not his screen, you say message from Bob and as that comes across.
It's right there. All right. I have feared this challenge my whole life, or not my whole life. As long as I've known Bob, I'm gonna select Texas counties A through B. I'm starting a very dangerous quest. Okay. That's Armstrong. I've edited so many videos of this incredible feat. Angelina. Bob, how do you do this?
Exactly.
How do you do this, Bob? I know the answer is click and learn, but it's incredible. Andrews, Angelina.
Well, it also the color when learning. I would think the square ones at the top.
Okay.
You came in kind of spotty there. I think I think I've got a lag on your connection, Mike. But the other thing that
Color of the
Matt,
bottom probably was helpful.
here's the other thing, Mike. You can also send a comment
Archer.
in comments with this since we're doing this live. I'm going to send a comment. I'm going to say Matt is doing great, and
Oh, I did forget
I
about it.
can actually bring that up to the stage, which the teacher can do things like that and encourage the students. And I also got a message that says you lost the audio. Yeah. The contrasting color was probably helpful in the square countries. Carrick's work. That's correct. Mike says, okay. Now, if you make that in comments, I can actually put it on the screen, Mike. Now,
I think I
Matt
did
just
it for you.
Matt just did that. But if you put it in comments, Mike, I can put your comment on the screen as well. So Matt just added a comment, or I just added a comment rather, and I say Matt is doing great. If someone else adds a comment, that would appear, and the monitor or the narrator, and that's what Dell wants us to do. He wants one of us to be the play-by-play announcer, as a teacher, to encourage the students and congratulate them on their progress.
I just got
So
the
Mike,
first 7 right. I just got the first 7 right with 7 more on the screen. I can't believe this. I should believe it. So one of the biggest challenges in Click and Learn, I think, is the 254 counties of Texas using the Click and Learn games. The founder, Bob Reynolds, has not only beaten the game, he has memorized the alphabetical order of all 254 Texas counties using the game, and he can recite them all in 4 minutes after he practices for a little bit.
And did so at Chris.
It has always been a sight to behold, and we got to tell you, the secret to being able to do that was playing the game. The game helps you learn 7 counties at a time. So I know 254 is scary. I didn't have to start with labeling all 254. It showed me 7. I learned 7. And in the 5 or 6 minutes that I've been playing, I've moved on to the next level, 14. And I won't lie, it does take a little bit of work. You got to put some time in over multiple days to be able to master all 254. But the incremental learning, the color coding, the timing of the game, the engagement, this strategy really does help you memorize locations at an incredible efficiency. So much so that I'm kind of shocked that a landmass or a state this big with so many little places inside it that I could get through 7 that quickly is incredible. This is one of the most daunting feats that Click and Learn can throw at you. But we give you the tools, and I've been amazed by how much Bob has been able to tackle this challenge. It's incredible.
And here's another thing about that. One of the things that Matt said is it does take, for this particular project, it took a lot of time. And okay. How do I get that echo off of this?
B.
Isn't that
One
something?
thing I liked is when you picked the color coding, you made B yellow. That was generous. It's a
Isn't
nice
that
way to help you
something?
remember it. The yellow B.
Yeah. I've got an echo in here, Matt.
Oh, you have an echo. Are you watching the stream from YouTube on a separate window?
I don't know.
Sometimes I forget that I'm watching the stream on a separate window and the sound is on, and that can make a delay. Oh, you know what? I think that's what it is because you made a comment from the Click and Learn account.
You got two screens on, or you have two screens going, Matt?
I don't, but I'll double check for you. I do not have two screens going.
Okay. Perhaps one of us needs to have a microphone, which might eliminate the echo.
Okay. Let me see here. All right, so I don't have any of that going on, but I'm going to try to go again. So Anderson Green, Andrews, Angelina, Aranzis, Archer, Armstrong, Atascosa. That's Bandera. This is Atascosa. Austin, I think, was somewhere down here. This is Austin. I don't really remember these, but this is why I'm learning. Bailey, Bandera, Baystrup, Baylor, B is yellow, and Bell. Okay. I was 80 seconds over last time, but now I'm just only 8. And the first 7, they stuck better than I thought they would. I've always been so intimidated by this game, but you know, you never know until you try. These two stay in my head pretty well, though. That's nice. Angelina, Aranzis down here. Then we have Archer Red, Armstrong. I think this is Armstrong. Yep. Atascosa. Austin's over here. I do forget Bailey. I'm going to have to button mash a bit to remember where Bailey is. But here we go. Baystrup. Baylor. I think Baylor. No, that's B. This is Baylor. This is B. This is Bell. Okay. I'm going to repeat the last 7 and see if that helps me a little bit. Austin. Bailey. Bandera. Okay. That's Baylor. This must be that's B. This is Baystrup. This is Baylor. This is B. This is Bell. I should repeat 7 again. Austin. Then we have, oh, I feel bad for forgetting. That's Baylor. This is Bailey. I know Bandera is kind of a little bandana right here. Baystrup. Okay. This is all right. I keep getting them confused. This is Baystrup, Baylor, B, Bell. Let's try that again. Austin, Bailey, Bandera, Baystrup. Oh, I keep doing that. This is Baystrup, Baylor, B, Bell. All right, let's try to get even more confident. Bailey, Bandera, the bandana, Baystrup. I keep getting Baystrup and B confused, but I know this is Baylor. I now know this is B. I now know this is Bell. All right, let's try again. Austin, Bailey, Bandera, Baystrup, Baylor, B, Bell. Okay. All right, we got through that. Maybe just one more time, just to make sure I'm getting the rhythm here. Gosh, this is kind of terrifying a little bit. 254 of these counties, and Bob has mastered this. So that's kind of incredible. This is a little harder. Now there's 21 questions of what I know to be 254. But this game that I'm playing only takes me through the A and B counties of Texas. There's so many counties to remember. So just to make things a little easier for everybody playing, you can get through the game of A to B, then C through another few letters. You can play this game and learn it a few letters at a time, which is very helpful. But we do have a game where it's all 254 in one go.
Okay, so Matt, here's what I just learned. As you are speaking, it comes to my speakers and I hear you speak, but my computer also hears you speak. So then it puts it back into the game because my microphone was on. That's what caused the echo. So the reason there's not an echo right now is because I have turned my microphone on and your microphone off. If I turn your microphone back on, so now both of the microphones are on, we got all that echo. So whoever is running this should or might, for example, you can turn my microphone off and yours back on, and you can continue narrating for and see if that works.
I guess we should troubleshoot this because we've gone through streams where we could all hear each other and eliminate the echo. Could we please look through all of your open tabs?
Matt, you can turn my you can turn.
Okay. So Bob, I've muted your microphone. I can't hear you now, but I'm wondering when you made a comment from the YouTube channel to the live stream, if you left that open, the video is playing in the background. So I'm wondering if the video is playing and that's where the echoed sound is coming from.
Okay. I just turned off the comments in the comment section of StreamYard, but then the echo still happened because I let your microphone and mine were both on. So there's got, because we never had this problem before.
We never had this problem before, and I think manually having to mute mics while we're streaming, we don't want to get into that habit. We don't want to put that brain power into that. So we'll try to figure out what the difference is, because it wasn't even happening the whole stream.
Yes, it is something that just happened in the last few minutes when maybe I clicked something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out though, because that could be disconcerting and distract from what we're trying to do.
All right, so I realize you posted the comment not because you had a YouTube tab open. You posted a comment simply by hitting comments on the right and typing it in underneath the box that says share your referral link. So that's the reason you were able to post a comment. I'm trying to think of where the echo came from.
I don't think it had to do with, because in the past we've been able to bring up comments and put people's comments on the screen. Like that's a banner. And this would be a comment. And I could turn that on and off, but or maybe that was coming through YouTube. I don't know.
So all those features still work. We've ruled out that another tab is open. Do you have two devices open right now?
You know something? I did, but I just turned that off, and that does not solve it either.
What was the second device?
It was just an open window.
Okay, so let's, I know it's annoying, but let's keep both of our mics on, just so when we figure out what's causing the problem, that it goes away when we solve it. You are using a microphone that you weren't normally using, or maybe it was the one you were always using. That was from troubleshooting today. We did not have this echo throughout our practice. You were just quiet. I'm feeling like the echo is coming from something on your end, and I'm trying to figure out what changed to create that echo.
I wonder if we should, since we're having this problem, perhaps we should end the live stream and work on this on the side. What do you suggest?
Let's do that, and then this will be our test to see if the outro video works. So thank you everyone for watching. We're troubleshooting some things. Enjoy our stop motion outro.